Hey guys, today we're setting up in a world where the scent of fried plantains drifts through warm air, the sound of motorbikes buzzes in the distance, and the sun casts long shadows across cracked pavement. You're standing behind a small wooden cart, paint peeling, wheels stubborn, in the corner of a crowded marketplace that never seems to sleep. Your hands are already sticky with sugar syrup from the last batch of sweet fritters you just handed over. Coins jingle in your tin box, some faded, some fake, most far too small to stretch through the week. But this is your life, a rhythm, familiar, honest. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time in the comments. I love seeing where everyone's tuning in from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You've been running this cart since your cousin gave it to you in exchange for a busted scooter and a handshake. Since then, it's become part of you. You wake up early, prep dough by hand, boil oil over a burner with one working leg, and you've memorized the faces of your regulars: fruit vendors, cab drivers, school kids. The market has its own heartbeat, and you've learned to match it. But on this particular Wednesday, something's off. Maybe it's the humidity making the dough cranky. Maybe it's the ache in your back that no posture fix can solve. Or maybe it's the man in the brown jacket standing by your cart. He's new. That much is clear. No dust on his shoes, eyes that scan everything too quickly, like he's more used to security cameras than street stalls. He doesn't smile, just gestures to the tray. "One, please," he says, voice flat. You hand him a fritter. He hands you a coin. You nod, drop it in your box. Don't really look. He leaves, and you think nothing of it until an hour later, when you finally count the coins before refilling the batch. It's in there, gleaming, heavy, gold. Not, it's probably plated gold, not maybe bronze. Real gold coin. Your heart jumps like you just downed 3 espressos in a row. You pick it up, feel the weight, the ridges. There's a stamp, something official looking. You don't recognize the currency, but this isn't monopoly money, this is real. For a second, just a second, you imagine what it could mean. Rent, new shoes, a better burner, paying off the tab you owe at the flower shop. Not a mansion, not a miracle, just ease. But something stops you. You stare at it. Then look around. The man in the brown jacket isn't there anymore. You ask the woman 2 stalls down. "Did you see that guy? Brown coat?" She shrugs. "Too many customers." You hold the coin, not knowing what to do. Then, because this is your life and decisions don't wait for clarity, you tuck it into the side pocket of your cart and keep serving. That night, back at home, you post about it. Not looking for attention, just a thought. Today, someone gave me a gold coin by mistake. I didn't spend it, just wondering, what would you do? You close your phone, tired. But when you open it in the morning, you've gone viral. Some guy screenshots your post with the caption, "This vendor's honesty, your stock tips." Another writes, "We found the chosen one." Of course, the comment section becomes a hot mess. "Return it," one side shouts. "Keep it, it's a blessing," says another. "Sell it and invest in Bitcoin," suggests a third, which, okay, calm down. And then there are the memes. Oh, the memes. One shows a cartoon of a street vendor dodging raining gold coins like Neo from The Matrix. Caption, "Honesty level, unreal." You scroll through, bemused, until one reply catches your eye. It's from a private account, just 3 words. "That was mine." Your stomach flips. Authors still debate whether morality is hardwired or learned, if doing the right thing is instinct or culture or both. But in this moment, you feel it raw and personal, not academic, not abstract, because now there's a chance you'll have to return something that could have changed your life. You stare at the message for a long time. "That was mine." No emoji, no explanation. Just a whisper of ownership sliding into your DMs like a test you didn't study for. You click on the profile. It's private. No posts, no name, Just a blurry photo that could be a person or a lamppost, could be a prank, could be real, could be the man in the brown coat. You reply cautiously, "Can you describe it?" An hour passes. Then a message pings back. Heavy, round, stamped with a phoenix. Gave it to a food cart by mistake. Market near Hillview. Your chest tightens. That's the one. You type, "I have it." Then nothing. For 10 minutes, 20. Just the blinking seen. And then, "Can I meet you tomorrow?" Same spot. You don't say yes, but you don't say no either. The next day, you're jumpier than a squirrel at a dog show. Every footstep sounds like it might belong to him. Your cart feels exposed. Your hands fumble the batter. You check your pocket every 10 minutes, like the coin might vanish or turn into a chocolate wrapper just to mess with you. Then he arrives. Same brown coat. Less mystery this time. He walks slowly. No swagger. Just presence. "I'm the one who messaged," he says simply. You nod. He doesn't ask right away. Just gestures for a fritter. You hand him one. No coin this time. He doesn't even reach for his pocket. You say nothing. Just pull the gold coin from the side compartment and hold it out flat on your palm. He exhales. "Thank you," he says softly. "That wasn't a mistake. It was a test." You blink. "What?" He chuckles. "I work for a foundation. We do these honesty experiments in different cities. See how people react. Most people keep it. Some don't even flinch." You stare at him like he just told you birds are government drones. That's a real coin?" "Solid gold," he confirms. "Not ancient, just valuable." "And you gave it to me?" He shrugs. "You seem like the kind of person who wouldn't pocket it without thinking." You almost laugh. "Or I just had no idea what it was." He smiles. "Still, you didn't sell it. That counts." He hands you a business card. It's legit, not flashy, just embossed with a name, an office, and one line. Honesty Initiative, Community Engagement. "Would you be open," he asks, "to us featuring you in an upcoming campaign? Tell your story, maybe get some support for your business." Your brain short-circuits for a moment. You've gone from slinging dough under a tarp to being recruited like a reality show contestant with morals. You say, "Sure, I guess." The next few days are a whirlwind. They take your photo, grease stains and all. Ask you to describe what honesty means. You try not to sound like a fortune cookie, but your words are real. "I didn't think of it as a test," you say in one video clip. "I just didn't want to take what wasn't mine." That one quote gets lifted and turned into a viral poster. Someone adds a sunset background. Another adds anime sparkles. You become a meme again, this time with angel wings. You chuckle, half embarrassed, half honored. Then a news outlet calls, wants to do a piece. You're still wearing your apron when the camera crew arrives. One of the reporters tweets, "This man runs a cart. Gave back a coin worth more than he makes in a month and still showed up at work the next day. Be more like him." It spreads, again, and this time support floods in. People send donations, not millions, but enough to upgrade your burner, fix the wheel on the cart, add a little sign that says, "Sweet truths, honesty tastes better." Catchy, right? But as the buzz grows, so does the pressure. You overhear someone at the market whispering, "He's only famous 'cause he got lucky." Another mutters, "Bet he'll sell the next coin." And that doubt, it creeps in like smoke under a door. One day, a teenager tosses a fake gold token in your tip jar and runs off laughing. You pick it up, stare. It's cheap plastic, shiny, useless. But for a moment, it stings more than it should, because now, you're not just a vendor, you're a symbol. A mascot for honesty, and symbols aren't allowed to mess up. Authors still debate whether doing good under pressure is more noble or more performative, whether the act matters more than the motive. But in this space between applause and expectation, you start to wonder, can kindness survive the spotlight? You sit with that for a while, and then you get an idea. One quiet morning before the market fills up, you paint something new on the side of your cart, just a small wooden square nailed near the cash box. It reads, "Found something that isn't yours? Let's talk." You don't make a big deal out of it. But that same week, a kid brings you a dropped wallet. A man turns in a wedding ring found in the grass. A woman donates a tray of handmade bracelets, free for anyone who returns a lost item. Suddenly, your cart isn't just a cart. It's a hub, a haven, and you realize something. This wasn't about the gold coin. It never was. The market changes without asking your permission. It always does. One week, it's tomatoes stacked like small red planets. The next, it's rain blowing sideways and everyone pretending umbrellas are optional. But your corner stays steady. The sign stays up. The cart creaks the same way when you lean on it. And people keep coming, not for fame, not for tests, but for that quiet sentence nailed to the wood. Found something that isn't yours? Let's talk. You don't announce it, you just listen. A woman brings a phone she found under a bench. It's locked. Wallpaper, a smiling toddler with frosting on his face. You charge it behind the cart and wait. 2 hours later, a frantic man runs up, breathless, gratitude spilling out of him like loose change. He tries to press money into your hand. You shake your head. He insists. You compromise. He buys fritters for the next 3 people in line. Everyone wins, especially the fritters. A delivery guy drops a key ring. 4 keys, 1 tiny plastic dinosaur. You hang it on the hook by your sign. It dangles there for days, catching the sun until the guy comes back sheepish and relieved. He thanks you like you returned a limb. You say, "Happens to the best of us," which is a sentence that covers more ground than people realize. Your story keeps floating around online, but softer now. No spike graphs, no think pieces with dramatic titles, just screenshots and comments and the occasional joke. Someone posts, "This vendor is running a lost and found like it's a community service desk," and another replies, "Finally, a startup with morals." You laugh at that one because if you pitch this to investors, they'd ask for a subscription model and a pivot to NFTs, and you'd rather chew glass. Then the foundation guy comes back, brown coat, same careful steps. He orders 2 fritters this time, pays with exact change. You clock the detail and smile. "We've been tracking outcomes," he says. "Your corner has a higher return rate for lost items than the city average." You shrug. "People just needed a place to bring things." He nods. "We'd like to replicate it." You blink. "Replicate me?" "The model," he says quickly. "The sign, the invitation, the presence." Presence. You roll the word around. It tastes right. He offers a grant, modest. No strings that make your shoulders tense. Enough to print signs, build small boxes, host a training day for vendors who want in. You think about it overnight. Lying awake, listening to the fan and the city breathing through your window. In the morning, you say yes. The rollout is slow on purpose. 3 carts, then 7, then a handful more across different neighborhoods. No logos bigger than the message. No cameras unless someone asks. You insist on that part. This isn't a spectacle. It's a habit. There's a hiccup, of course. There always is. A man claims a watch that isn't his. Another vendor catches it. There's an argument. Voices rise. Someone films. The clip goes semi-viral with captions like "Honesty Program Exposed," and your stomach does that drop thing like it missed a step. You show up. You listen. You don't grandstand. The real owner appears with photos and receipts and a tired laugh that turns into relief. The watch goes home where it belongs. The man who lied slinks off, embarrassed but unharmed. The internet loses interest within a day, distracted by a dog on a skateboard or a debate about cereal being soup. Crisis passes. Authors still debate whether systems create virtue or merely reveal it, whether structure helps goodness flourish or just makes it easier to perform. Standing there, hands smelling faintly of oil and sugar, you think the answer is less poetic. People are busy, And when you make the right thing easy, more folks will do it. Your cart gets busier, but not louder. You learn names, preferences. Who likes extra cinnamon, who pretends not to but always smiles when you add it anyway? The rhythm steadies you. Then, one afternoon, an old woman approaches with a small cloth pouch. She places it on the counter like it's a bird that might fly away. "I found this near the bus stop," she says. "It's heavy." And you don't open it right away. You nod, thank her, hang the pouch behind the sign. 2 hours later, a young man comes running, eyes bright with panic. He describes the pouch without prompting. When you hand it back, he sits down on the curb and laughs into his hands. Inside, later, you'll learn, was a down payment for an apartment. He offers you a hug. You accept. It's awkward and human and perfect. That night, someone posts about it. Not you, them. The comments are kind. One says, "This is how cities should work." Another jokes, "Plot twist. The fritters are enchanted." You consider adding a disclaimer. No enchantments. Just oil at the right temperature. A month passes. Then another. The seasons tilt. The market swaps tomatoes for squash, hoodies for coats. You add a thermos of tea under the cart. Cloves sometimes. You think of the foundation guy's first breath when he saw the coin in your palm. You think of the plastic fake that stung. You think of how none of it matters as much as the next small choice. And then, because stories like symmetry, you find something. A coin, this time ordinary, not gold, just a quarter, worn smooth. It glints near the curb where someone dropped it, forgotten as the city surges past. You pick it up, hold it, smile at the ridiculousness. You tape it under the sign with a note. "Found today. If it's yours, tell me why." No one claims it. It stays there, a tiny moon, a reminder that not every test is dramatic. Some are so small they feel silly. Those are the ones that count. You close the cart early one evening and walk home through air that smells like rain and bread. You feel lighter, not because you're praised, because you're aligned. Your days make sense. And when people ask you, because they do, what the lesson is, you keep it simple. You say, help people keep their things. Help them keep their faith. Don't expect applause. They nod. Some write it down. Some forget. That's okay. As the night settles, the city quiets into a low, friendly hum. You think about tomorrow's batter, tomorrow's conversations, tomorrow's chance to choose again. You think about the coin you returned and the ones you didn't have to. The fan whirs, the light softens. Your thoughts slow to a comfortable drift. You're not a symbol. You're a person who decided to stop when it would have been easier to keep walking. You decided to open your hand. You decided to leave the world a fraction more trustworthy than you found it. That's enough. Let the day fade. Let the small goodness echo without your supervision. You've done your part. Rest easy. Breathe out. The market will be there in the morning, and so will you. And that's the real lesson. Kindness isn't flashy. It doesn't need a headline. It just needs presence. If this story made you feel warmer, wiser, or even a bit challenged, like this video, share how it made you feel in the comments, and hit subscribe so more people can join this space where everyday choices become extraordinary. Tag someone you think still believes in doing good without applause, and let's make honesty trend for the right reasons. Because here's the truth, the world doesn't need more influencers. It needs more people who influence for good.